Hello, my name is Shadley, welcome back for another episode of Curtain Steel Supreme Ultimate. In previous episode, right at the end, France decided to declare war on Spain, so now there's a lot of air fight going on in here, and most likely most of NATO, at least the European NATO nations, are going to be helping Spain. I mean, how many allies does Spain actually have? They're technically speaking only allied to Greece, and they've got a couple colonies, and they're fighting France, but I'm pretty sure that most of the NATO nations are going to be in there. There is a lot of air force combat in here. France does have pretty decent air force. I've given them... Well, I just sold them... I had two offers going towards them. One was a lot of howitzer from Rostov. Mostly just the sort of older units. Actually, I might still have some over here as well. Especially as the reserve units somewhere over here. These ones, I sold a lot of them. I might actually just take these and do a sea transport somewhere into France. Somewhere over there, for example. It might be a bit of a long distance, but like if we can start bringing a bit more troops, like the troops that we have currently in South America are probably enough. We could even take most of these and just give orders to sea transport. Probably go near Bordeaux with these as well. So it will take them quite some time to transfer. I've given some orders for the troops in Russia to transport. I've started producing more troops, and especially... Oh, yeah, that's all the artillery now spreading from that place. Now, how many of those will actually get into the port, though, and actually go into France remains to be seen. I'm sure that at least some of them will return. I did bring some planes here as well, so I could use them to sort of support in here. I don't know how much... I mean, there is probably going to be a lot of anti-air units, so I'm just going to mostly keep them as a sort of additional support if need be. I don't actually... fish beds, how much of a... No, you don't have much of a range for the combat, so you need to be in the neighbouring hex to fire on the enemy planes. There's some Australian heavy truck over there. And West Germany wants to buy some agriculture. Yes, please, we got so much of it that I don't know what to do with it. Did we actually manage to get... we got in here, but we didn't actually advance any further. Let's just go ahead and entrench over there. We'll capture that, and then we'll leave one of the... or have the wounded units go there, and the rest of these can start pushing further north. So if we can take out Brazil, that'd be brilliant, but I don't know if we can do that quickly enough. Remains to be seen. At least we got some troops over here to help with the capture of this next location. And then we did manage to get through the defenders there. These two can get on the bridge, or bridges, and destroy the enemy garrisons there. I'm going to send these to attack because you've taken a bit more damage. And we're going to probably switch them around after a little bit. So these can get through, you can probably get over here and get the hydro plants. You can get over there, you could maybe go around to the other side of the river and start capturing some stuff there. Help the Argentinians over there. And they have sent in a little bit of troops in here. Well, they sent one tank, which is going to be destroyed. Oh no, it actually managed to get away. Alright. Right, so how's France doing? There is... Oh, oh wow. The French have just managed to push through quite a bit there. Now, admittedly, they do have a lot of tanks, and the Spanish probably were not prepared for this. Plus, the French probably have much better troops in general, because they are sort of a great power, at least. We got some troops landing in here, in theory, at least. Oh, yeah, we did. Oh, because that is a port. Alright. Well, that helps. There's some Spanish troops still in France, apparently. That also get destroyed. Some leftover troops probably from our war against France. So did we... I believe I also sold... Yeah, I sold a lot of tanks from Skov. So that is going to be potentially some French troops again. Let's just go ahead and... or helping the French. Let's give these orders to do sea transport into Normandy. So we're back in France. Oh, well, we will be back in France. We're not there yet. Oh, and then we got 3 of these fish beds over here. Okay, I could actually just move into Toulouse with all of these. And looks like the French are actually... They got the upper hand in this for sure, until the others start sending in troops. I don't know if the others are sending in troops though. They might not be, at least not yet. In the meanwhile, in Brazil, we managed to clear out that. Let's just send in an infantry over there. We can bring in the artillery closer. We got the submarines there. They can't do too much though. Petroleum for West Germany, sure. There's a lot of trade. How much are we using military goods now that we started producing more troops? Not massive amounts yet. But we might actually... Oh, there's some... Oh, the price has gone down again. Reduce the sell price a little bit there. I will probably increase the capacity to 25% just in case. It's going to increase some of the consumptions, of course, but it's probably not going to be that bad. What we'll probably do is we'll take most of these that are in good condition, start moving these forward. We'll leave a little bit in behind, and then we'll start bringing the artillery a little bit closer probably as well. My goodness, the French have almost pushed towards Madrid already. Man, that's some lightning for warfare if I've ever seen one. On this side, it's not quite as much advancing yet. I do wonder if the French are actually sending any of the troops that I sold them. They don't have the troops in here anymore, so I guess they are. Question is, are they already on the ships? Oh, it's probably here. Yeah, that must be some of the ships that all troops that I sold them. And then from here, they have not started sending them anywhere. Because that's different sort of regions, so they might not realize that they can do it. The AI is simple at times. Yeah, now that, oh wow. There's a lot of planes, but that is actually mostly French planes, from what I can see. I was planning to bring in some anti-air units in here to support, help hold the line on all that, but that might actually not be necessary. You know what, I'm just gonna move in here with my planes, maybe do a little bit of damage on the enemies, although we'd take a bit of fire in here. Oh, you know what? How about we actually return them back home? A bit too much fire there, but hey, we gave it a little bit of support at least. Although it came at quite a high cost, so I don't know if that was wise or not. Probably not. But yeah, I think the French will be fine in there. I mean, once we get some more troops to help them, it's probably not going to hurt us. But like, for the time being, I don't think we need to worry about the French. Ooh, there's some sinking of things. Question is that us or them? Well, it's an excellent question, one for which I do not know answer. We should have some submarines over here. Yeah, we do. That's 6 of them. Go ahead and take another one. And what we'll do is... oh, and that's already quite a few. I'm just going to send these on the other side of the America. And of course over here we haven't started moving forward yet because we're focusing now... Oh, hey, we actually did find the unit in here. So it's just one motorized engineer. That's going to be fairly easy to take care of. And those are moving forward. Over here we got the troops probably ready to move in. Let's get them next to the town before we actually attack all the way in. And then we've of course got the infantry over here. Now we're going to push in. Capture yet another town. Those can probably provide some cover for the flank there. While these two start advancing. The infantry will take care of those. And I suppose you can get into the city there. While the troops from here can just pull back into the city that we had captured previously. And we've got these, they can push forward. These can start pushing north. These can get to the other side of the river. And capture a few more of these things. Oh, and we can bring in the artillery over here actually. You can bombard any of those. Because we got another group of artillery that could be pushed in further north. I mean, there's a lot of areas that we could utilize a bit more artillery support for sure. Selling more timber to the Dutch, that's fine by me. And my goodness, the Spanish are just not capable of stopping this onslaught. I mean, the French are probably taking a lot of casualties regardless, but still, it's certainly helping. Or rather, their troops aren't able to hold on for all that much. Of course, yeah, the French were probably going to have the upper hand in here anyway. I mean, there's some plain support from the rest of the NATO nations, but I don't think they managed to get any actual troops yet. Now, that might change. There's no guarantee of that not getting better yet, but yeah, they pushed forward there. We got some of our troops here ready to assist. Just get a little bit further down there, hold on or hold the ground as long as need be. And we got the submarines. I don't think we've gotten any of the troops from the north. Oh, well, yeah, the troops from the Baltic have started arriving. Not necessarily a lot of them yet, but yeah, they are arriving. The reinforcements are there. Not going to send them into combat quite yet. Let's first focus down some more of the towns over here in Brazil. Just get these entrenched closer. These can get within reach of the town. Oh, and there's a tank from Argentina. There's an IS-6. Assistance there. This one... Oh yeah, we are winning this combat quite easily. We started reducing the amount of the oldest business that we have in this group. So that means that the majority of the group can move just a little bit faster. Oh, I may have given the infantry some faulty orders here. You move back to the town. And this one's gonna fall soon. There we go. Gonna take this group. Go after that industrial complex there. These could probably... Actually, if we move in there, that should be captured. Or if not, we can send in the tanks to capture that. We got the tanks here, sort of, just for that occasion. There we go. I'm gonna move to the other side. Just in case. So the BT5 is gonna be researched very slowly. Again, it's not necessarily something that we need to research, but we can. Might as well figure out what is unlocked by the next level. Dominican Republic wants to buy some rubber. Actually, quite a lot of rubber. They're not paying all that well, but at the same time, it's probably something that they need desperately. If they get something that they need desperately from me, then that increases our relations. And that way, we can maybe eventually get them out of the NATO. Or NATO-leaning nations. There's a fair bit of urban stuff over there. We could send in some infantry to support assault or capturing that. So we'll just send in the infantry down that way. What do we have? We got another artillery group over here, so that could be pushed forward. We got artillery groups in here. Let's push you to the bridge. And then this stack could probably be sent to capture the next town to the north now. These could be pushed forward. Did we have 2 groups here? Yeah, we do. Those can move forward. We'll capture that one. There we go. It's going to go quite quickly. Germany wants to buy some more petroleum. Alright. They're not in a war. So I can sell to them without thinking too heavily about it. Let's go around. Oh, wow. Those hydroplanes are not going to be able to withstand the artillery bombardment for very long. But there we go. That's going to be another thing captured. And this is slowly switching sides to us, so that's good. We got these 7 that could probably help either linking up the supply routes a little bit further and maybe help capture some of these towns. Might not be a massive success there, but it'll do. These could be pushed further north. These already captured the town. We've got these that could maybe get over here. Yeah, they can get through there, so we can move in the artillery a little bit closer, so that's going to be another support unit available. We can send those in. We can send in the engineers in. We can move the artillery closer, so this is going to be fairly quick combat, hopefully. These can move in to capture the town. And we captured the industrial complex there. These could start pushing further north. These can maybe help capture some of this flank here. And then time for these infantry units to move in. Artillery can move yet another hex forward. We're buying some industrial goods from China, alright. Not something we necessarily need anymore, but it keeps their relations good. So it's not really the worst thing. Not that far from Salvador. And how's the... Okay, they managed to get the military approval rating pretty high again while we went advancing too heavily. Oh wow, yeah, the French have taken a lot of land, and now that they started getting some of the... Actually, no, these are not the tanks that I gave them. I don't know if they should have gotten some of the tanks at least. Whether they're actually using them or not remains to be seen. But here's some of our reinforcements. That's a full set of tanks. I'm just going to push that down south. And maybe that can give a bit of assistance over here somewhere. For example, assaulting that place. We could move these to the side a little bit because there's some infantry onto the flank there, which is trying to cause some troubles. And we got the anti-air stuff in here. Where is there any air force? I mean, there's probably air force near Madrid. I'm going to bring them over to the western front here. Oh, there's some Australians going through to the sort of enemy areas. I'm just going to bring my submarines in here and start sinking some of that. Although I suppose that's not an enemy. I don't know if I can actually sink that. And it's not my territory. So I might not be sinking anything else but the Spanish or anything on the Spanish territories. But yeah, no, that advance is going fairly well. How is the advance or push toward north going? It's, well, slow. Of course, because it's mostly infantry, but it's going. And that IS-6 over there is helping quite drastically as well. These could, in theory, start pushing a little bit further north. Maybe get up to there, but like, to get all the way there is going to be basically impossible from the south here. Unless we have really good infrastructure values, but I don't think we do. Right, you can take that one. We can move in over here. That can certainly advance in Bring the artillery closer, you can capture that. Who is... Oh, Luxembourg is offering to buy some rubber. Sure. We should have quite a bit of it stockpiled. That's going to be the last military complex that, or land construction that Brazil has. And that will rather quickly. Alright, let's just have these two advance over here. Destroy that tank. And also get in here to help fighting or conquering the town next to here. So, now that the Brazilians can't build more troops, consumer goods, it's not a lot of consumer goods and it's not a lot of money, but it's still some trade. We've still got pretty decent unemployment. Like, I think the 4% is somewhat the ideal situation. So you got a lot, oh, and yeah, we got the Garnets over here. So those are shooting down some of the enemy planes. They do have a decent range as well. Now, how much of the enemy planes they actually shoot down or not remains to be seen. Can they commit to moon landing? Oh, alright. Yeah, we are definitely behind in the space race in here. We haven't even got on the manned spaceflight yet. We are about to get the Opal's launch systems, though. That's still like 3 months away. So honestly, not too bad. We got our tanks over here. We could maybe go ahead and just get in there. Make sure that our anti-air units don't get destroyed. That one's going to go down. That is a motorized engineer. It looked like a supply truck because it uses the same model, but it was not a supply truck. You can destroy some of the Italian troops for sure. There is a lot of planes flying about. Let's bring in our anti-air a little bit closer. They did shoot at someone. They just destroyed one. I suppose whenever there's planes on the Spanish side, they can shoot them. Or if they get shot at, I suppose. Yeah, they're taking a lot of bit damage. Norway wants to buy some petroleum. Alright, that's fine by me. I don't think these submarines will actually be doing all that much, but, you know, they're there for show. More than anything. Right, China, I think you might want to get some more technology from me. Warfare, well, actually, air defenses, maybe? Although it doesn't seem to be very high value. Tank tech for the Indian. Or India, that should help. And have we got on... Yeah, we've got a bit more submarines down here. And looks like the French are still pushing. Have they... I did tell them the troops, but the question is, have they already used those troops up, or have they not reached the combat side yet? I sold them a lot of artillery as well, but the artillery has probably not moved at all. Oh, Germany wants more consumer goods, alright. Now, back to Brazil, before I forget. Oh, looks like that could use a bit of a hand. Over here, we can just capture one at a time over here. Oh, what's that war? France declare war on Andorra, alright. Well, that's probably going to be a fairly short war. In fact, I could go ahead and finish that before it gets too far anyway. There is a garrison in there. Well, there might be a garrison there. There probably actually isn't. Nope, there is no garrison. The garrison is a lie. We can just go ahead and get our troops in here. There is probably some artillery the enemies have near Barcelona. Yeah. Andorra eliminated. I mean, that is another NATO-aligned nation destroyed. So they got 76 now. We got 25. Right, so we still need to destroy quite a few of them to get them all out of, or get the numbers to what we had set as for the goal of this series. I'm just going to get some troops to sit on that crossing there to make sure that it's not falling again, although we probably will be bombarded quite a bit by the enemy artillery there. Oh, and our reinforcements from South America are arriving. Already going around Portugal. Right. Back to Brazil. These can probably keep on pushing further again. These can maybe clear out a little bit over there. We got the infantry, we got the... Tanks can probably clear out that one without too much assistance. The infantry can start pushing further north, I suppose. Let's have them go over there. You can push further north as well. These can start pushing towards the sort of urban area here. And cover an upheaval in Dominican Republic. Okay. We could support the change. Which would mean that we'll have a little bit better Oh yeah, they are now leaning towards us. Well, I'll be. Can we do any deals with you? No non-accession pact. So, most likely not. Yeah, no, I don't think we can do anything. Oh well, we could start supporting their government. Help them at least a little bit. I believe we are supporting Cuba's government already. Yeah, we are. So they like us, but they're not enough to do any of the deals. Mutual defense, non-aggression pact, nothing. I suppose we might not have enough sort of influence in this region for them to sort of consider that a good idea. What about Paraguay? Could we maybe get a non-aggression pact? Nope. I think Argentina will probably conquer Paraguay at some point. Right, well, we destroyed the enemy garrison here. Let's just get into the city. Actually, we're going to get over there. We'll have that one damage unit go capture the town. This one can also start pushing further north. Can probably join in there, actually. Bring the artillery closer. And then, are these supplied? They are still supplied. It's just going to push another 3 hexes forward. We'll see if we can reach, or how close we can reach to the towns there. There we go, so that's one less for the NATO, so they are down to 75 versus R26. So they still have 3 times as much as we do. Oh, okay, we got pushed back from there, but we sank at least some sort of Spanish ship here. These will just need to park there. There's a lot of Spanish troops there. President of Dominican Republic assassinated. Oh. Alright. Well, he didn't last very long then. Are they still aligned towards us? Yes. Kind of. There's still a dictatorship. Oh, maybe that was sort of, residue thing. Right, so, oh, they got one of the heavy tanks that we sold them in here. Excellent. They're trying to send in all sorts of troops in here, but we are defending on a city, against enemies on open ground. I think we got the upper hand in that combat. To say the least. And over here we've got on some of our troops. I believe we've got on a lot of the troops about to arrive in Bordeaux, and of course we've got some more troops in here that we could definitely utilize. Let's just send in some infantry down south. Maybe to start helping on clearing out some of the towns here. And we've got one group, we could probably get a second group of infantry as well. Fairly easy. Oh, we got a parachute division, or paratrooper in here as well. That's not necessarily something that we desperately need. Right, so that's going to be another 7 brought in here. Those are going to be slightly faster than the older ones, so that'll help. But with 2 groups, we could probably easily clear out most of this. Except if there's a lot of artillery, which there might be. Netherlands and Martinique have formed an alliance, alright. That's fine by me. I guess it's time to start advancing. Oh, where's is that an no? That is an artillery piece. There we go. And to move in there. This can move a little bit closer and clear out most of those towns fairly easy. And then, of course, this one can probably just entrench in here, clear out that one. You can start pushing further north. You can push in here. Together with that one, you should be able to clear out the enemies quite easily. This one is hopefully recuperating a little bit from that. Don't think it's going to take... Oh, well, you are running a little bit low, but at least this one's got supplies and it's going to be able to push in. Most likely. We'll probably have to give it a few moments before we move it all the way in. This one's slowly recuperating. We got the town there, so that's excellent. We could either move into either one of the towns, or probably this town, to be fair, would be smarter, and capture... Ooh, that is 7 garrisons there, though. That's only 4. So, technically speaking, if we have a look at the supply situation, they got full combat time there, so we'll just move in here, destroy the garrison to the south, and then we're going to move into all 3 of these cities around the bigger city there. There we go, so that's cleared out. Let's just move these 2 in already, and then that one can join into the fray. Oh wow, yeah, we are dealing a lot of damage, although these are low on supplies. They're taking most of the damage as well, so it doesn't really help. Well, actually, they're not taking all that much damage. They took a little bit. Yeah, these can push forward. We're going to let this area sort of get supplies back, and we did clear out the enemies in here. Let's get into the city, and then on the coastline here, I think it's time for us to start pushing further north towards Salvador. So the Brazilians, well, down to 21 million total population, so we managed to clear out quite a bit of the population total, although I don't remember what population they started with. But I suspect that it's a lot more than what they had or have now. That one's going fine. How is... okay, Madrid has not fallen yet. Our bridgehead over here is for the most part holding, but I think we might want to bring in another group of tanks in there or something. Because I can see that there is another, there's another bridge in there, so we'll need to protect that. Right, so these 7 tanks could be brought in here. Hold on to that bridge at all costs. Oh, no, there are planes flying there. How about we bring in our AA a little bit closer? And now the French are bringing their planes. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess here. Get these through. We can maybe get the artillery closer here, so they are almost within reach of everything in here. If we get this jungle piece here, which we can probably capture, then we would be within range of all of these towns here. Not the ones to the north, unfortunately, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Now, in the meanwhile, we still capture only that. We haven't captured enough over here to reduce the enemy supply levels, but we can certainly start pushing further north with those tanks. And you can get in here. You can probably start following the infantry. And the infantry can start pushing further north. You can probably move further north along the road. And then these are probably good enough to start pushing further. So that's going to help us quite a bit. There is an Argentinian tank over there. We haven't actually gone ahead and linked up over that side yet. We do have a fair bit of tanks over here that could be utilized though, so let's just go ahead and start sending these up north. So I'm guessing the enemy is running out of supplies in here. Of course, we got our tanks that could maybe help capturing some of that. We do have our artillery pieces over here. So let's bring those closer as well, so we can use that to clear up the remaining towns to the south in the pocket. And then of course we haven't yet started advancing into Peru all that much further, although our allies have gotten pretty close to that area. So I'm just gonna take some of the troops in here, capture Cusco, and then we're gonna start pushing along the road there. There is some Mexican troops in here, and those are our engineers. Well, alright, that's a little bit of a surprise, I'll admit. Okay, we got our second group of tanks here. Let's go ahead and entrench on the road. Although, is there... I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to start pushing forward. Destroy all the artillery pieces in here. There we go, that was quite a blow. And then they got the land production in there. If we were to attack... How much do we have combat time in these still? That's 8, 7, so about 2/3. Gonna advance these forward. If we could capture the land production area here and destroy a lot of the artilleries that might be sort of based in there, that's gonna be great. We can bring in the anti-air a little bit closer again. There we go. So we destroyed the troops at the land base. We can push in there. And then these could probably assist on pushing further south into Burgos. Yeah, we're shooting down the planes, especially the Spanish planes. And a lot of other things. That one needs to pull back. We can probably pull back to the town there. And I'm sure that we got more tanks over here that we could send in. Yeah, we got another 7. Let's bring these closer. To get some replacements as well, at least. Burgos, I think we can send these back forward. Let's just entrench into the city for the time being. There is some artillery shooting from... Actually, no, that one is not artillery shooting from against us. It's the anti-air stuff there, basically. That one could be pulled back. We are getting the reinforcement hopefully soon. And Madrid is still being threatened by a lot of troops from the French, but perhaps not quite enough. Our infantry is moving in here slowly, so we can start pushing to Barcelona. And then in the meanwhile, in Brazil, I think we cleared up the... No, actually, we haven't cleared up that yet. The infantry is moving in very, very slowly. We can bring in the artillery over here, actually, so it will be able to fire up there. Because that will be quite useful, and I think at this stage very much needed. You could maybe push in there now. I think we've still got the supplies in here, roughly speaking. So we should be able to clear out the enemy positions there. You can start pushing probably down that way, actually. We'll just send in the tanks to capture the town itself. And then you can take that one. These two can take the airfield. There's only 5 garrisons there, so that should be going down fairly quickly. It looks like, okay, we don't have a massive surplus of industrial goods right now. Bit of a shame, but understandable. We are building... Actually, we're not building all that much, are we? We're building one... No, we're not building anything. Right. Well, we might want to build some more industrial goods production then. Over there. Because I'm pretty sure that we still got a decent unemployment. But that's definitely not the worst thing to happen. And we might still have some... Well, especially we've got a lot of ships in here. We've got some troops that could perhaps be transported over into France. But I think France is going to be taking a lot of the flak over here right now, declaring wars left, right, and center. So I am probably not the main target of war declarations. What might happen is if I help too much in here, then that might cause some issues. But beyond that, I don't think it's going to be too bad for me. But now that we captured this area, that is going to be allowing another avenue of attack into Madrid. Not necessarily directly yet, but it does shorten the distance from here. Like, that is pretty far away, but if we could capture that one, which to be fair, it's possible. We got the tanks in here, so let's just go ahead and send these in and capture that. There's a lot of tanks trying to retreat from there. They desperately need something to clear out the garrison here, and I think my tanks will do it, if nothing else will. There we go, that's already down to 2 garrisons. Down to 1. And there we go, that's done. Let's go ahead and just entrench these into the city, so we can hold on to that. The enemies won't be able to counterattack quite as easily. And then once our troops over here are recuperated, we can take these 2. Most likely, we could probably bring in some artillery soon to assist in here. Oh, and there's an American battleship there. That's not great. If the Americans are assisting in here, at least they're not assisting all that much in Brazil, so that helps me. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and just entrench in here. That should still capture the town there, and we can start pushing towards Brazilian capital. But we are unfortunately out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, or also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.